And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. I thought we'd start today off with a little Frank Sinatra song. I saw Linda McKinney say something about a particular song. Here's part of it.
There with those stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Now, I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I have to kind of pause it.
In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me.
Gotta pause it. I'm just waiting for people to show up. This is your entertainment, pre-show entertainment.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I'm in love with you.
Okay. The prices of crypto are going up. Very interesting. There's good and bad with that. I see HBAR is up to like 19 cents. I remember it was just 14. And it's like, damn, I'm starting to get priced out. See what I mean? Like, be careful what you wish for. Man, I just wish these crypto prices would go up. Now, it's good for those of you that are all ready to go. I thought I was. And then I hooked up with Caleb Brown. It's like, now I just want this. I want 6 more months of cheap buying opportunities. I want to load up on all the cryptos that I don't got. And there's probably about 5 more-ish. I think we might have time. I don't know how this goes. But be careful what you wish for, because once this crypto goes up, you're priced out. You are done. There's no more accumulating. I mean, I'm looking at my crypto right now, and I'm like, damn. Compared to like a couple weeks ago until now, like it went up a lot. Like, yeah. It would take 2 years of investing interest just to get. I got like 25%. It's like I might be up 30%. I mean, it's a lot. And I mean, in the traditional financial world, if you can make 10 to 15%, you're doing good. And I think my shit's up in 2 weeks, 30%. I'm just like, oh, whoa. Now, yeah, HBAR went from 14 cents to 19. It's almost at 20. I'm like, damn, it's starting to get to the area for me that I'm priced out. I remember I started buying at XRP at 15 cents and I was out at 30. I'm done, I said. Then I got Caleb and Brown as a sponsor, started buying crypto again at cheap prices. Oh, I've been loving this, okay? It's welfare cheap right now, but it's starting to kind of go up, and I know if HBAR hits like, $1,000, I'll be like, oh shit, even $5 was a deal. See, it depends on how you look at it too. So, Michael G., thank you for that tax-free donation to the Shadow Band Fund. That's what happens to Crypto Hulk. On all these channels, Thomas Clark, thank you very much for that tax-free donation. We got Eric M. Smash the like button. Member for 30 months. Thanks, Hulk, for all of it. One of these days, we're going to sit here. Maybe we'll have a conference somewhere on how we protect our money. I'm making coffee again. I'm a coffee meister. Stephen Morris, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. So, one XRP ETF approved so far. Oh, wow. Like I'm telling you, in the 1970 legend. Remember, for 24 months at the 2024 crypto explosion, Derek Martin comes in, upgraded the membership to a 2024 crypto explosion. Right on for that. He goes above and beyond. That's why I go above and beyond. I try to, as much as I can, each show, give you the deepest information so you can make smart decisions about what to do. Robert Driscoll says, Vegas fund, a tip for the tips. Thanks for the tax-free donation there. Appreciate that. For the Vegas fund. Oh, can I meet Brad Garlinghouse? Can I meet David Schwartz so they can tell me absolutely nothing because they're under non-disclosure agreements? Can I get a picture? I'm not putting those guys down or nothing. It's just, it's fucking stupid when people are like, oh, yeah, I want to go to this thing. And fuck. Lions Den. I wish I could buy it all. I just dump everything into XDC and XRP. Pretty much. Stephen Morris, Cocaine Bear has nothing on. Oh, my God. Nice one. I haven't given a disclaimer yet. I'm going to have to. Scrim de la Creme says, ask Garlinghouse and Schwartz why they hooked up with communist China and Russia. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got a question. Brad Garlinghouse will be on stage. Nobody has alerted him of the fact that he's about to get a big old bomb dropped on him. Yeah, sir. Wearing the tank top. Yeah, you. Yeah, I got a question, Brad. Was it you or David Schwartz that first contacted Russia with the gateway to the Z payment? You know, on January 9th, 2014, when they had access to Z payment with the on and off ramp. Was that you or David Schwartz that initiated that contact? Oh my God. He'll be like, is it time for a commercial? I'm like, we're not on a TV show. Oh, that's right. Is the non-disclosure going to stop you from telling us about that? Yeah, Crypto Hulk. XLM funds, get it? Says Freedom Rings. Thanks for that tax-free donation there. Appreciate that. Oh, it's going to be interesting. If I have to ask a question, hey, David Schwartz, this one's for you now. Now, we all know you guys were tight with good old Jetty boy, Jed McCaleb. And then he talked about like dark pools of money on Mt. Gox. Since Jed created Mt. Gox and Jed helped create the XRP ledger and stuff, and Jed created Stellar, are there dark pools we don't know about on the XRP ledger and Stellar? David Schwartz, answer that one. He'll be like, I think that's covered under a non-disclosure. Oh, so you guys do move money around the XRP ledger without people seeing through dark pools, just like Jed did with Mt. Gox, right? Like, oh shit, these people. Security, can we remove this individual? Next question, please. Oh my God. You're not going to look, these fucking conferences and shit, you're not going to learn nothing. that like my show goes over all the deep connections. They're not going to tell you shit. They can only tell you stuff that is like so generically whitewashed. Like, but okay, whatever. It's like a bunch of grown-ups going to go visit Santa Claus and pretending that they're 12. The only difference, they still live upstairs in the parents' attic, but they're like 50, so and not 12. All right. Let us go. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm going to start off with a disclaimer, and then we'll get to work here, and I'll stop fucking around. I'm starting to make coffee now. I am the coffee meister, like I said earlier. I'll tell you my secret. You get a grinder. You get the whole bean Komodo Dragon from Starbucks. You buy the whole bean. Don't let them grind it. No. That would be a very bad thing. Here's the secret. When I worked in a particular law enforcement agency, the supervisors loved when Crypto Hulk showed up because I would offer to make coffee for the first 30 minutes of my shift. Worked out well. Scored a lot of brownie points with all the top people, let me tell you. But my coffee was stellar. Okay, so you get Komodo. Here's the secret. I'll let it out after like 15 years. All right, since you forced me. And I'm still probably waiting for nobody to show up in this program. You get Komodo Dragon. You buy like a pound of it. You split it up into a third pounds. Put it in a food saver, each bag in a food saver, Ziploc seal, like vacuum seal each of those third of a pounds, except the 1/3 of the pound. That's what you're going to grind with. So that little, most of the time they have a small little grinders. Fill the beans up to the top of that. That's good for 1 cup. A big cup, about this big. This is about 12 ounce cup. Is that 16? Oh, it's at least 12. Maybe 16. But anyway, you grind the beans right there. Right on the spot. Now, the beans, if you have whole beans in a bag, those are only good. I wouldn't let them stay I put them in a Ziploc and try to squeeze the air out. But those beans are good for about maybe a week. So my other whole beans, I got them vacuum sealed. 2/3 of a pound vacuum sealed. Even I haven't ground them yet. I still am like that. So I have them vacuum sealed. And then when you grind them and stuff, oh man, the flavor just comes out. You put it in a French press, and I'll add about this much water, like about 12 ounces of water. Let it sit in a French press for like 15 minutes. Just sit in there and ooze out all that flavor. Pour that shit in a cup, add a little bit of some creamer. And you got the best damn coffee, and the supervisors will think that you're awesome, and you could really fuck up at work, and you don't get in trouble because you've been making the best coffee for these supervisors in a law enforcement agency, and they're just like, dude, what's your fucking secret? You don't tell them because then you can get replaced. So you just say, oh, it's nothing. They have no idea. They drink the coffee that I made, and they were just like, holy shit, dude. This is better than any fucking coffee I've had in my life. That's what you do to protect. That's my insurance policy when I fuck up at work. Okay. Lions Den Dan says, when I retire in Brazil, I'll send you beans from my coffee farm. Well, I'll probably be there right with you. I'll be at the top of a mountain. I'll be raising alpacas, those little Star Wars looking giraffe, short miniature giraffe looking motherfucking animals. Let's look at the first article, BBVA. Look, this is all Ripple. Look, I'm just letting you know. Something's going on, okay? They are getting set up. My crypto is going up like a lot. I'm just like, whoa. But I think all of this is happening. I honestly think that with all this talk of regulation, I think they already know what's going to happen. Like I told you already, I worked in court at the state Supreme Court level. We already had all the shit figured out before the court day, like a week before even. Sometimes a month before. We already knew what was going to happen in the court date. So I'm sure this is the same way. The Congress people tell the other ones about their stock, what they're going to do in the stock market. That's how Nancy Pelosi and her husband end up being worth like 150 million or something. Is because people in Congress slip out the information. And that's how you have the insider trading with Nancy Pelosi and her husband and everybody else. Everybody has their own different game. What we got going on in this particular article here, BBVA backs a United Kingdom fintech called Plum, not Plume, but Plum, Plum, with 15 million pounds in first United Kingdom financing deal. Now, this one's interesting because both, now this is all hush hush. They don't say nothing like this in the article. You got to deep dive this thing. BBVA is a Ripple partner, and they're linking up with Plum, another Ripple partner, but they're using Airwalix, okay? It's basically Ripple Tech, but a different company. Are they Ripple partners? Well, not technically, but they are using the Ripple technology. So I just call them Ripple partners because it just makes me sound more important than I really am, which is not really much. United Kingdom-based personal finance app Plum has bagged 15 million pounds in a venture debt financing from Spanish banking giant BBVA. So we have a United Kingdom fintech company. See what we got going on here now. We've got banks coming in to try to get the fintech. I've told you already. This is every fucking show I'm seeing this, okay? I never saw this before except once every 6 months or something. Now this shit is happening twice a day on my news. I want you to see. They are jockeying into position. It's almost like a horse race up to the starting line. Like they're racing up to the starting line. They're getting into positions. Somebody wants far left. Somebody wants in the middle and whatever. I'm far right, by the way, if you haven't noticed. And it's okay if you're far left on the show. Just don't talk any communist shit and you'll be okay. Otherwise, we'll have to kick your ass out because we don't like you. Yeah, it's like that on this show. But there's plenty of other losers you can watch. Loser channels are just there's a plethora of loser channels all over this platform, including this whole platform. But what we got is a Ripple partner linking up with a Ripple partner. We have a bank trying to hook up with a fintech. You're going to see fintechs that are going to try to buy small banks so that fintech can get regulated and be able to buy and sell and do all this stuff. Because remember, you're going to have crypto commodities, crypto securities, crypto that's currency, crypto that's a utility token, property token, on and on. You're going to see blending. They're jockeying. That's the word, key phrase, jockey plus ing. Founded in 2016, Plum uses AI to automate savings and investment decisions. Oh, interesting. For users via its mobile app. Its offering spans cash and lifetime ISAs. BBVA backing its first United Kingdom financing deal forms part of a broader strategy by the Spanish bank to expand its regional footprint. Look, Oh my gosh, this is exciting and it's fun. And I know I'm not going to get rich tomorrow, and that's fine because I'm ready. And when that day happens, I'm taking off like a Ferrari Testarossa. Do they even make those anymore? I have no idea. I don't know anything about Ferraris. But it's a Porsche 911 992.2. That'll work too. Daryl, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Thanks for the news, Hulk. God bless all. Wayne Williams, late fee paid. That little sucker's late. Howdy from Texas. Now that might be a place I'd look. I can see what you can get. You can get good houses in Texas, man. Now, the problem is you got Austin with all the fucking Democrats. So I'm not trying to be anywhere near Austin, but like real Texas people, like real Texas tough. Everything's bigger in Texas, right? So BBVA, I want you to see what's going on. Ripple partners and or businesses using Ripple technology have first mover advantage. I want you to see this is what's going on. This BBVA and this Plum, they're going to be they're going to like take off like in Star Wars when it shows a warp drive shit, you know? These are early Ripple partners and or companies utilizing early Ripple technology. They're going to take off first in all of this. And then guess what? Their profits, I'm just showing you how it goes. Their profits are going to be skyrocketing, and then everybody else is going to be, oh shit, we need to get Ripple. And they'll be like, Monica. Like Ja Rule on Too Fast and Furious. Monica. So they'll be calling up Monica at Ripple and saying, hook me up. All right, enough of that stuff. Here's your next article on BBVA. Let's take a little looky-loo here. I just want you to show you what's going on with the Giants. They're getting set up, you guys. They're hooking up and booking up, and we're just going to have to wait. Guarantee BBVA is collaborating with Ripple and IBM. So if IBM, you got Hyperledger, so there's your Stellar, right? Well, yeah, if you're talking about not just IBM, but I'm kind of like just throwing Stellar in there with all this. But if it's IBM and they're using any kind of Hyperledger, then that's Stellar right there. So this article is from October 2024. Ripple and with IBM for secure custody solutions serves more than 14,000 customers. So now we got, oh man. Oh, look, and it talks about IBM Turkey down below. No, I'm not going to show you that one, but Turkey's a Ripple partner. You guys, you're in the right place. You're at the right channel. Have patience. Look, IBM Turkey. Turkey was day one, like 2014 Ripple partner. I've already shown that a million times. I'll show it again sometime, not today. But like, you're in the right channel. I've got all the deep dive evidence. Now we're seeing all, like I told you, if you want to invest in something, in something that's not crypto, go with the early Ripple partners, okay? Find countries like Turkey's money is going to take off first, okay? Everybody else will catch up. It's kind of like if you want to invest in something like with Turkey, let's say the Turkish lira, you get some now or whatever. When this crypto takes off, you can sell off and then go buy some of the cheaper countries' money. And then so you double dip. See what I mean? All of them are going to go up. So you might as well get the ones that are going to go up first. And when they peak, sell it off, go buy the poor ones, and boom, they peak. Now you just 2x'd all your investment. Okay. Jersey Kathy has got the Turkish lira. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I am a coffee meister, though. I don't know anything about crypto at all. Zero. I don't know anything about investing. If you watch the show, you will be financially destroyed. Before every show, check it out. Here's how I get my clarity when I give financial advice. Before every show, before any cold plunge, whatever I do, I snort about 50 lines of cocaine. Now, I got to balance it off with some heroin. So I smoke some heroin. No, I inject heroin. Probably about 3 ounces of that. If I start bugging, I'm going to pop some E-pills, and to get to calm down a little, I'll pop about 100 roofies. Okay. Rufinol, same shit that Michael Jackson died on or whatever. I'll take those, and then I'm good to go. I start the show, give you financial advice. Now, sometimes when YouTube shuts off my program, I'll snort some methamphetamine while you're not looking. And that's why you'll see me going, okay, and we're back again. Because I just took like 3 to 10 fat snorted lines of methamphetamine. Fentanyl Friday. What? Sticky greens. Like, I can't wait till Fentanyl Friday. Oh my God, that's hecka funny. Now, if you like this show, in the top chat, just write the word comment. I mean, put a comment in, but at the least, write the word comment. After the show in the comment section, leave comments, please. It helps the algorithm. And if anything, just put the word comment. Save this video to your favorites. It helps the algorithm. It really does. All these things I'm telling you totally help. Next, get a playlist, pick 8 videos that are an hour apiece, and then just run it while you're out. And I just got done smoking some methamphetamine while we had a break here. YouTube let me back on. So you make a playlist, and I want to listen to it the whole time. I can't tell you to make a playlist of 8 hours, play it, and then go off to work. So make sure you're at work listening to it for 8 hours a day. And finally, pick an episode and share it with a friend, or share it to your own email. And that's not done to manipulate an algorithm. That's done so you can watch the show later. Okay. All right. Now that I've been perfectly clear with that. Oh yeah. And I do snort paint thinner in between the show as well. That helps. So there's your BBVA Ripple Partner evidence right there. Now, I did a search on Plum. Let me do a copy. Here's the AI search that I did. XRP Shaman says, YT just did a total reboot on me. Yeah, they're so fucking broke down on this platform, the people that run it. It's so embarrassing. YT is such a low IQ group of individuals. It's pathetic. If we look here, what fintech partners does Plum Fintech have? Well, if we look here, Airwalix. Plum partners with Airwalix for cross-border payments and foreign exchange, particularly for its stock investing feature. Now remember these names: Airwalix, that's a Ripple partner, and then Alpaca, ALPACA. Plum uses Alpaca in its investment broker for U.S. stock investments. Okay. So it appears that Plum has some kind of investment AI proprietary system they use. Here's Airwalix, Ripple partner right here. Here's the evidence for that. So this whole deal is Ripple. I just want you to see all this. It's not Ethereum. It's nobody else. It's not Bitcoin. Ripple partner Airwalix raises 160 million. This was 2020, 5 years ago. April 17th, 2020, 5 years ago. Ripple partner Airwalix. Now, it talked about alpaca. I did an AI search on alpaca, and I want you to see what's up. Because remember, Plum is powered by some companies. One of them's Airwalix. The other's Alpaca. Here's the AI search on Alpaca. Alpaca, a brokerage platform. Now, when we start hearing about brokerage stuff, we know it's R3 Corda platform that uses XDC crypto. Let's read. Alpaca, a brokerage platform, has been mentioned in conjunction with R3 Corda in the context of blockchain technology. Alpaca is also working with the XDC network, which has a bridge, to public blockchains, including Ethereum, for settlement within Corda networks. Okay. Now let's look at Corda. What platform is Corda going to use? And here's your evidence for this. That's the XDC crypto, which I have more XDC than I do XRP. Yeah, you know me. Here's the title of this article. It was May 2023. The title is R3 Corda Network set to go DeFi with XDC. When is XDC going to take off, Crypto Hulk? When DeFi gets going. So we get through all this, laws, all these companies are merging right now. They're getting all set up for stable coins. That wave's going to come through. Then after that, it's all the stock markets and shit. Then after that, DeFi comes in for you and me. So there's that. Now let's talk about XDC, the crypto. Now it starts to get a little bit shady because the Chinese are coming into this. Well, they're already here. Everybody likes, well, if you're smart, you like XDC and it's lovely and it's pretty. Here's the XDC network. So you want the XDC crypto. Here's their network right here. If you look about 6 inches from the top, it says get XDC. What does it say? XDC, the currency of Zinfin. So it looks like Zinfin made XDC, right? Okay. Crypto Hulk, show us what is Zinfin and why should we be kind of afraid? Well, I got something no other channel has. These other channels, they're nowhere near the deep dive level of Crypto Hulk. Look what I'm showing you right now. Zinfin says capital markets, algorithmic trading, prime brokerage consultants, and the Chinese Communist flag. The Chinese Communist flag taking up half the picture of Zinfin. Now, Zinfin claims that they're a Singapore company. And like I've always said, China runs all that Asian area. You have Indonesia, Malaysia. Look, the minute those are all, imagine little dogs on a leash. Like imagine a Chihuahua. That's Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand. These are all little dogs with leashes. And the minute China just yanks that chain, oh. So that's what Singapore is. It's China. They claim to have their own country, and it's fucking China, okay? They're only allowed to breathe because China lets up on their neck just a little bit. And if they get stupid, China just squeezes the neck. See how that works? Okay. This is Zinfin. And for all the dumbasses out there, stop telling me that Zinfin is Singapore. I know it's under control of the Chinese country, okay? That's why the Chinese flag covers half this fucking page, okay? So I don't need any corrections. Why don't you correct yourself and get your own YouTube program so you quit fucking bugging me, okay? How about that? All right, we're done with that little article there. And let me check some comments, and we'll go to the next one. All righty then. Yep, you guys can't wait for that Seals Q token, huh? Hoo-wee, hoo-wee. Yeah, Quantum Bitcoin says, big fella, your show is the YouTube's water cooler time in the office. Daily briefings. Yeah, water cooler time, huh? Okay, next article. Here we go. Ethereum. Oh, this is so sad. If you're in Ethereum, just want to give you advance warning. If you're into Ethereum and you have a good portion of it, like all these YouTubers over the years, you're going to need to be on very close suicide watch. Here's an article. It's on Coin Tribune, and the article is like a day old, from yesterday. You have the co-founder of Solana. Now, Solana is like a layer 2 Ethereum. Solana is trying to get done what Ethereum can't do, because Ethereum's a pile of shit, okay? Imagine if you saw a horse take a shit and you charge somebody $3,000 for that shit. That's what Ethereum is. It's just expensive shit. It's all that it is. I knew that after 3 months of being in crypto. I was in crypto for 3 months and already knew that Bitcoin and Ethereum were just expensive piles of shit. After 3 months of looking at, I didn't need to take 5-10 years in crypto. I knew that shit after 3 months. It was just a fucking garbage platform, and I knew that from the beginning. This article here, you have the co-founder of Solana, and then you have a college professor at Columbia. They discuss how fucked up Ethereum is. And then they compare it to XRP, and they kind of basically show how XRP is just far superior. Let's read. In the crypto universe, where every project dreams of replicating the pioneer's successes, the illusion of easy replication remains strong. See, Ethereum thinks that they're going to be a better Bitcoin or something. It's fucking garbage. While Ripple continues to surprise, despite criticism, all the people hating on XRP, blah, 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 blah. Voices rise to warn that Ethereum will not be able to follow the same path. Oh, shit. Let's look here where it says, in brief. The guy's name is Yakovenko. He's the one who helped make Solana. The co-founder of Solana says in this section here titled In Brief, and there's bullet points, but he believes that XRP follows an irrational dynamic that is impossible to copy. Oh, shit. He says, Ripple is building a solid institutional infrastructure beyond the simple price of XRP. if you're brand new, that's why I tell you, if you follow these other channels, oh my God, like digital stretched out perspectives and all these other fucking dumbass. You know, that's how they read the crypto prices. And we're up today on the dollar cost average, whatever he's fucking saying. How fucking stupid. The crypto price up. Here's the price of Ethereum. Here's the price of this crypto. Hey, want to see a picture of my ass in the Freedom Group? And then they go on and they're going over prices. Him and the digital, what's that? I got to be careful not to say their names. That dude's like, come on. No, that's the one dude. He's fucked up perspectives. But the other guy, the other clown, they're always like telling their crypto prices every day on their show. That's so stupid. We don't talk about crypto prices on the show because we're too early in a crypto space. There's not even a crypto market. Now, look under the section that says why the XRP model is unique according to Yakovenko. Anatoly Yakovenko, co-founder of Solana, did not mince his words. He says this: Ethereum will not be able to follow the playbook of XRP. Oh, man, not good. I'm not going to read all the stuff in the article. He has nothing good to say about Ethereum at all. And this other guy, he's a professor at Columbia Business School. Like probably one of the top business schools in the United States. You know what he's talking about? In quotes, the crypto market, according to him, is deeply immature. You know what it's like when these stupid retards read off crypto prices? Well, the crypto market looks a little flat today. Gosh, Cletus, what are we going to do? Well, come on over to the Freedom Channel and share pictures of my ass. Oh, my God. I don't show prices on the show at all. It's the stupidest fucking shit to do. If I had a bunch of retard fans, I'd show crypto prices and talk about them. According to the professor, not Crypto Hulk, the crypto market is deeply immature, just like these other channels, okay? Showing crypto prices. Oh, let's look at the Dark Defender and have them chart analysis of my anus. Oh, God. All this chart analysis dumb shit. The bearable guy with his fucking pictures. I mean, this whole... Seriously? Is that what adults do now as we look at charts? What does the professor say? The professor says, the crypto market remains deeply immature. So what does that mean, like, for chart analysis, Crypto Hulk? It means that it doesn't work. The crypto market is... Are you going to ask a 3-year-old for crypto advice or a 5 or a 7-year-old? No. That's the same thing these fucking people are doing on their wannabe crypto channels. They're asking chart analysis people. The professor says the crypto market is deeply immature. That's like you asking a kindergartner, hey, which crypto should I invest in? Hey, I know you're only 5, but which cryptos are going to go up? The little kid's looking at you like, doesn't even understand what the fuck you're asking. Mama said. So there is your little article here from a Solana co-founder and a Columbia Business School professor. Just thought I'd put that out there. Ethereum's basically done. Let's click out of that article right. Share. Let me check some comments here. And we'll go to the next article. Sounds like Cletus and Gomer Pyle plus Barney Fife. My 10-year-old granddaughter can explain XRP. Well, awesome market cap. Like this. Market cap doesn't matter. You know, crypto is being built for a market that's not even here yet. So if you're using a metric or you follow rubrics of the traditional and the past markets, you have no idea what's coming. So whatever shit we've been doing and are doing is not going to be what we will be doing, okay? So a chart analysis retard relies on the past, right? We're going into the future of the unknown. Their charts aren't good for that. It's only good if you look to the past. When you look to the future, this thing, there's no predicting it. It's going to skyrocket to where their little charts. That's the dumbest shit. It's all based. Crypto is immature. You can't chart on immaturity, okay? The reason crypto channels have, now I'm giving you a little secret. What you do, if I'm going to try to manipulate people, I'm going to talk about price. I'm going to talk about going to the moon and shit. I'm going to show charts. I'm going to show pictures like from Bearable Guy. If you draw cartoons, they're going on my show. If I see somebody talk about some wild price, I'm not going to talk about a price. I'm going to show that person so that way you can't blame me for hyping shit up. Well, I just showed that. I wasn't saying anything at all. See, that's what these people do. And it's ridiculous. Let's go. Alabama. Let's talk about Bama. You do a copy and a paste. I want you to see something here. I think the Alabama Securities and Exchange Commission kind of just told us what we know is going to happen. So at first, Alabama and some other states decided to sue Coinbase, okay, for selling securities. Why Alabama's securities commissioner dropped its case against Coinbase. Alabama Securities Commission this week dropped its enforcement action against crypto exchange Coinbase for its staking program, an apparent sign that regulators are letting up on digital asset companies as the federal government continues its pro-crypto pivot under President Trump. Now, what you're going to see are Democrat states still fighting this crypto thing like Gary Gensler wanted to. They all know it's coming. They're trying to like get the last bit of money out of you. California is the biggest one. California is trying to steal 70 million from people. We don't have crypto laws right now. You need to file a civil rights violation, 18 United States Code, Section 242. File it against the California State Attorney's General Office. If you're in California, you lost a lot of money from staking. Right now, you got to put in a lawsuit because once they make these laws, California can't get in trouble, okay? So you file something right now, if you live in California, civil rights violation. Go talk to a civil rights lawyer, 18 Code, United States, and Section 242. If you work for any government in any form or fashion, or if you live in a territory where people look at you as a government official, okay? If you do something like stop people from getting crypto, taxing crypto, whatever, that's a violation of civil rights in the United States. because we don't have crypto laws. So anytime a government official does something and there's no law about it, that's a violation of your civil rights, okay? So go ahead and sue California. Tell them Crypto Hulk told you. Now, what we're going to look at here, lastly, is the state attorney general. Listen to what they said. This lady says, Alabama rescinded. That means took back. Alabama rescinded its enforcement action against Coinbase to allow time. Now, this gets very, very interesting here. It's almost like this person is telling us something without telling us something. Alabama took back its enforcement action against Coinbase to allow time for policymakers to create a legislative framework for the cryptocurrency industry, a move that could save investor, shareholder, and taxpayer money. By all accounts, a regulatory framework appears imminent. Let me repeat that because that is so amazing right here. This is where Alabama is telling us, but not telling us. By all accounts, this is what like the regulatory person in Alabama is saying. By all accounts, a regulatory framework appears imminent. You know what the word imminent means? Look it up. It means going to happen any second. Imminent has maybe a connotation of urgency, a very, very strong sense of urgency. Alabama's Security and Exchange Commissioner is telling us this. So it made sense for us to table, T-A-B-L-E, our litigation and allow time for our policymakers to continue their good work. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a warning, a wake-up call from a government official in the United States telling you that crypto regulation is imminent. Now is the time for you to get your crypto before they make laws. Now, I have a sponsor for my show. I'm now somebody very important because I've got a sponsor, Caleb and Brown. I feel like I'm a big shot now. I'm doing big things. Yugo Ahunanya Ahunanya. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Says Axelar is so interconnected with Ripple, XRP, when it comes to interoperability, and Blackrock is its partnership with Axelar. It's so undervalued. Only 354,000 holders. We are so very early for just 37 cents with only 1 billion tokens. Now, that is very true. We were talking about Ethereum earlier, and then since Hugo brought up Axelar, let's do this. You can buy Axelar on Caleb and Brown. Let's look at what is Axelar, because we were talking about Ethereum earlier being broken. See, with Ethereum, it works kind of as long as everybody speaks Ethereum. Well, that shit ain't going to happen. Everybody wants a different kind of a crypto. It does different things. We're not all going to build on Ethereum. That's not going to happen, okay? Ethereum doesn't work. So I gave you a search question for AI. The question is Axelar a bridge for Ethereum-based crypto? ? Google AI comes back, yes. Axelar is a cross-chain network that acts as a bridge for Ethereum and other blockchains. You see, Ethereum cannot bridge. It's not interoperable. So that's where Axelar comes in. See, Ethereum is like an 85-year-old grandparent. And you know, they get a little slow and they can't quite do what they used to do. That's Ethereum. Axelar has to come in to do what Ethereum cannot do. It says here, Axelar facilitates universal transactions between blockchains. Ethereum can't do that, okay? Now, how is Axelar doing this? Well, it's a partner with Ripple. That's how. Let me show you this right here. See, Ethereum just doesn't work. And that's why Axelar is working with Ripple. There's your evidence right there. It's on a Ripple page. XRP, Ripple is partnered up with Axelar. There you go. Weight Loss and Fitness says, love your program. Other XRP YouTubers always try to sell. That's all I do. Yeah. Like, if you look at like the digital dildos, I'll tell you, those two guys in 1 year probably burned through like 5 sponsors at least. Now, if you've been listening to those digital dildos for 4 years, you've probably heard them representing 20 to 30 different sponsors. These guys will sell whatever they. Now it's real estate in Florida, right? On the Florida Panhandle. It's real estate in the Panhandle. Remember they were selling the COVID shot stuff where if you got the COVID shot, you take this and it undoes the COVID. And then they're selling all kinds of, it's whatever. Every few months they pick up somebody to sell. And it's kind of like, can you trust that person? Like, since they sell everything, like every 3-4 months, they got a new sponsor and they throw away the old one. Like they were selling Ledger wallets. There's a period of time where they're selling Ledger wallets. Now, you know what they say? Oh, we don't trust any kind of wallets. I'm glad. I've had a lot of sleepless nights. You used to sell Ledger. Both of the two digital dildos are selling or were selling Ledger wallets. Now, all of a sudden, they've got a sponsor and they don't like wallets anymore. All of a sudden now, right? Come on, man. But now it's like, oh, let's go get South Florida or let's go look at Florida real estate. And I'm like, dude, what is it next month? What are you going to be selling next month? MAB 1914, member for 12 months, says, thank you, Crypto Hulk, Crypto She-Hulk, and Hulk Nation. I'm deeply grateful for being part of this family. News is ahead of its time. Let's make money. Oh, shit, 58 minutes. Okay, time is up. Time flies when you're having fun. That'll be it for today's AM show. And I've got the one article. I got one article from my PM show. So I got to find about 3 more. Actually, I think I'm almost positive I'm going to have a PM show because there's a lot of news going on. So I'll be back at about 5:00 p.m. and I'll see you at the next broadcast. It's going to be a good show. We're going to talk about some XDC later. Okay. So just right now, all the banks are trying to join little fintechs, and some of these little fintechs are trying to be a bank. I want you to see this. And it's all kind of, they all know, because look, the Alabama Securities Commissioner is saying crypto regulation is imminent. That's why I'll bet you today when I make the 5:00 show, there's going to be some bank that joined a fintech or some kind of fintech that just got a partial bank license. You're seeing it. Like, I almost can tell it probably will be that today. This shit is happening like twice a day. These crypto regs have to be coming because they're doing too much. There's too much of these banks and fintechs hooking up. All of a sudden now, everybody's getting. Okay, that'll be it. YouTube shut me off. I had to get back on. Go back to work. Let these videos play while you're at work for 8 hours a day. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific.